All right, all right. We are live. Hello, GM, everybody. What's up? I am Belle. Welcome to another episode of If You Know, You Know, the show for Web3 creators and enthusiasts. I do this show every single Wednesday at 2 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. I bring on new and amazing people, OGs in this space, new people in this space, absolutely everybody in this space that is moving the needle toward new innovation, new technology, new everything that's happening in Web3 space. I am super excited to be live today. We're streaming both ways. We got Twitter going live right now, and then we're also live streaming for your viewing pleasure. I'm super excited to be on here with you today, Cory. Welcome to If You Know, You Know. How you doing?
I'm great. Thanks for having me, Bill.
Yay, yay. I'm so excited that you're here with us. I'm going to give it just a couple of more minutes or a couple more seconds to let some more people join us here.
Sounds good. I'm reposting and tweeting it out. So let's see.
Cool. And let me just confirm. I'm hoping that if you're tuned into just the spaces right now, okay, give me thumbs up. Make sure that let me make sure that everything, technology wise is working. I think we're good. All right, cool. I think we're good. We're good. Cory, I'm so excited to have you on here. Man, you are as OG, in my opinion, as it gets. I want to pick your brain about the NFT space in general, get to know you a little bit more, get to know you have this aura around you. I've had the pleasure of meeting you in person before, and you have this aura around you, which is just like, I don't know, live life without really bothering anybody around you, without really, even paying attention to what's going on around you and just really focusing on you. And I've read up, in preparation for this talk, I've read up a little bit about who you are and what you represent and the colors behind it, and what you're trying to do in the art space and the Web3 space and the digital art world. So today's conversation is going to be to get to know you just a little bit more. Who the hell are you, Cory? And how did you get here?
Yeah.
And I'm going to start off from the beginning, right? I want to start off from the beginning, and tell us, like, before you even got into digital art, before you even started to paint, to pick up a paintbrush, what made you? Who were you before then?
Well, I think I landed on this earth a long time ago. Long before we can even fathom, but I am here today to express myself in every single way. And ever since I was young in this form, in this body, I have been able to. I guess I was dealt a life on my own in a way. I was very independent as a child, and I guess before I even really got into art or understood what it was, I was creating. I was always making stuff with my hands. Um, Whether that was like jumps for my bike, or I built a basketball hoop with my grandfather when I was young out of like 2x4s and a bucket and stuff like that. So I used to do this stuff all the time when I was young. And it was to take my very busy mind and apply it somewhere, because my mind is very busy at all times. I have a crack on my tattooed on my forehead, and that's to signify all of the ideas that I have in my head that I'm trying to break out of there. Just the busy mind and cracking the mind open and expressing that whatever I find in there. So yeah, I like to say that I've been here for a long time, because I've been doing this for a long time, and I think now I'm really realizing that I've been here for a long time doing this. So um, it empowers me even more to go even harder on the way that I create and the ideas that I express. And it just I'm not crazy. The stuff I'm saying and doing and stuff is real shit, and I prove it on the canvas. So
Is that an actual? I know it's a tattoo, but is it an
yeah,
actual injury? Wow.
yeah, it's a tattoo, it's a crack, and I have a paintbrush on my cheek.
Oh, that's awesome. I hadn't seen the paintbrush. I hadn't seen it.
Yeah, yeah. So those are just like little reminders, you
Yeah,
know.
for real. Reminders. You started off in graffiti. So,
Yes, graffiti. Yeah, I think that was like my first form of like actual art that I kind of like understood and can kind of grab the concept of and apply it to me expressing myself. And so I think the most I was exposed to graffiti was on forums. There was these web forums that was like shit, like b-boy forums and stuff
mm,
like that. And there's graffiti sections, bombing science. There's another one. Man, that's been a while since I. But anyways, I was on the forums and I'd always see the art that people were posting. It was like Twitter back in the day, but on a
yeah.
like for just like curated for graffiti and breakdancing, and all of the art I was seeing on there, I would try to emulate it in my own way, and that got me into graffiti. And then I started, I was at the skate park all the time, and all my homies were skating, and there's graffiti at the skate park, so I would start doing graffiti at the skate park, or tagging my friends' skateboards. That's like the earliest of the graffiti. And then I had my black books, my little sketchbooks that I would do my graffiti in. And then it later on in my life, I got in trouble doing some stuff. I like tagged like a bathroom, and they got caught doing that, so it like scared me to like not do graffiti and get in trouble. But yeah, before I got into canvas or anything, I was really into graffiti, and then graphic design kind of came later on, and but graffiti was the first thing that I think artistically that I was expressing myself.
I got to share with you. I've been wondering like who to share this with because I want somebody that actually appreciates it. My late husband was a graffiti artist,
Oh, awesome.
and I have some of his old, like from before social media even existed, right? Before MySpace existed, before any of that social media existed. He used to have from when he was a child, and I have it now boxed up. That there were like graffiti magazines
Yeah.
that it was the only way the graffiti artists were able to communicate with each other across the nation. So
Hmm.
they would have these graffiti magazines.
Yeah, they make their own mags and shit like that.
Exactly. Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah. They made their own mags.
yeah,
Exactly. And some of them are in black and white.
yep,
You go
yep,
across the country and they would take these pictures, real life pictures,
yep,
imprint them into the magazines,
yep,
and then they would tag it. And
yep,
that was the form of social media, right?
yep, yep, yeah, yeah. This is a beautiful era, man.
Yeah.
Oh shit. Yeah, yeah. I was lucky to, be able to be a part of a little bit of that towards the end of it. It's not as popular anymore, but
Mhm.
um, yeah, I was lucky to, be a part of like, the Black Book era, and
Mhm.
sharing Black books and sending Black books around the world, and putting your little piece in it and then sending it off to the next artist. It was like a cool thing to do. We would send like Black
Exactly.
book around, and that was all done through the forums that I was on. So yeah, what a time. It was definitely like maybe just just when MySpace was just getting started, so we were still
Yeah.
fucking around on other shit like AIM and all that stuff. So
Yeah.
yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah, those zines, damn, you remind me about those zines. That's crazy.
I'm,
Those
I'm
zines
gonna I'm
are
gonna send you
wild.
some pictures of it because I'm telling you, I found it and I was like, who the hell can I show this to? That understand it. You know what
Yeah,
I mean? They
yeah,
would actually
yes.
understand it and appreciate that. I want to ask you, within that same vein, graffiti has always been known to be against the grain, right? It's embedded in community, it's embedded in culture, and everything that is anti mainstream.
Mhm.
Eventually, now you see really big artists that come from graffiti backgrounds, that come from, against the grain type of attitudes that have made it mainstream. But
Mhm.
that's more because of how different it is. And eventually, different equates to cool and different equates to what everybody wants to be, right?
Yep.
But I was also reading a little bit about your journey, and I was reading about how you had really great success, like some newfound fans, if you will, some newfound fame during the Black Lives Matter movement.
Yep.
And specifically, I want to talk to you about that because I thought, like, to me, it's all connected, right? In that you are definitely not a person that conforms to any kind of uh, anything.
Yeah, I'm myself.
Right? Which is amazing, and that's what makes you different, and that's what makes you cool. And I think that's what attracts us to you.
Mhm.
During the Black Lives Matter movement, it became a thing where people would go on social media and they would start posting black squares, right? And
Mhm.
that was symbolic. And you did the complete opposite, which was start to post images of black men, of like really symbolic day to day, maybe, but that meant a lot in very vibrant, bright ass colors. The
Yes.
opposite of the dull black squares.
Yep.
How, like, walk me through that.
Well, it was I mean, at the time for me, artistically, I was going through an evolution in my work. I was before I started making the blue faces, I was really angry with my work, and you could see it in the work. I was going through maybe trying to find my own identity, and and I was studying Picasso and George Condo, so the work was really like fast and like kind of like real strong and powerful strokes and things like that. And I wanted to change that. I wanted to feel different when I painted. I wanted to feel happiness. I wanted to paint things that made me feel good and things that I wanted in my life, or wanted to experience. And so that's what I was doing. And then like this whole COVID thing started happening, and then the Black Lives Matter movement was going on with the George Floyd being killed, and um, I happened to be just painting or creating art that was empowering my people, like to shed light on the people. And what at first it was just the colors were like my happiness. I liked painting with the colors, but then I realized that I had something here where I could paint everybody in the same skin color or likeness or whatever, and it would show people that you can be any color and be beautiful. I could paint you blue, I could paint you green, I could paint you whatever, and you could still be beautiful. Imagine if we were all the same color on the inside or whatever, we could be beautiful. And so what I dove even more in further into this after that whole black squares thing, because everybody was posting black squares. I figured, hey, like this is a moment where like my artwork would, kind of stand out on the timeline, because it was literally just black squares on the timeline. And I was like, well, no, so let me just post art and see what happens. And yeah, that went viral. I had like a really intense post. It was like, millions and millions of impressions and people following me overnight. And I tagged my website under that post, and then I started getting orders. And so for print orders, and I had like 1,000 orders overnight, over like a couple days, and that changed everything for me. So that was the moment I think that I realized that, okay, I definitely got something with the blue faces. And so I
Yeah.
started I started diving even more into what it meant to like paint what I felt, and things like that, and the colors, and really being thoughtful of that, and all of that. So that moment started, that really like put the kerosene on my fire to like go crazy on the artwork. I was already going crazy with it, and I already like knew that I was going to do this, but when that happened, and I already had like my website up, and I was already selling prints and things like that, but I'd never sold that many at one time. So that was the moment.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah, for real.
yeah.
Why blue?
Blue. Well, blue, like I said, like I liked the colors at first, and the blue came in was because it was funny enough, it was easy for me to like capture values and light and all of this. Just use the color blue, and
Mm.
like I had like like a formula that I was using as far as the pigments, the colors that I was using to achieve that blue, and it felt very, I don't know, it just was so natural to me. I didn't have to think to do it, so it was easy for me to just like apply that as the skin color, because with skin color, like to depict a skin tone sometimes with paint is really hard, difficult for artists. Like I can do it, it's no big deal, but the blue just came so easy, and I was like, oh, this is interesting. Let me see why it feels so natural and easy for me, and master this like blue tone. And it kind of like basically took the the color of like we have multiple colors when you look at our skin, right? Like it's green, pink, blue, orange, and all these different colors kind of mixed in because of our blood and all of that stuff under the skin. Um, and so when I was using the blue, I was able to like just take away all of that stuff out of my head and just kind of like focus on like capturing the essence of the person, and that like kind of made me feel like I was painting the soul more so than like capturing every single detail of somebody. I was going out down into the core of them, and just pulling that out, whatever that was that I saw. So
Mm.
that's why I picked blue. It's like the soul of the human.
The soul of the human. What piece of art have you had that you've done that depicts that? Like, what's your favorite and why was that?
Man, any painting that I do of me and my brother,
Mm.
because I mean it's kind of like self-explanatory. It's like a self-portrait, but it's also um, because our my me and my brother's relationship is also this like beautiful thing, this beautiful concept. I was the first one to hold him, and we've been like locked in ever since. Like we've had this like twin like presence every time we are seen together or anywhere we go. He's 6 years younger than me, but anytime I go outside with him and we're outside, I get asked if we're twins, and it's just like the energy and aura, the connection that we have. Um, and all through life, like through his life, I've been, I experienced things before him, and I kind of like share my experience, and like he kind of can take that and do what, learn from it or evolve from that. And yeah, this is just like this ongoing thing of like evolution, and I always this ongoing theme that I'm always like putting into my work. And when you see a artwork of me and my brother, that's like the easiest way to show that that's my soul like coming out, because it's me, and you can kind of like see a different version of me, and or a different light of me, so those are the portraits that I do of people that are blue. That's it's an easy way for me to pull that out and pull that soul out. And so anytime I capture my friends, it's like that's like the best too. Like I paint a lot of my friends, people that are always around me. I'll capture them sleeping or just hanging out. Like one of my friends, we went on a yacht cruise for his birthday, and I got him and his girlfriend, and I turned that into an NFT. So that was cool.
Wow.
Like yeah, so like these moments of just like, it was a good, really good friend of mine. Like we've been good. Like Reed, he's like one of my best friends. So yeah, it's like I always like the people I love so much. When I make portraits of them, like especially my brother, those are the ones that I'm capturing the soul.
Yeah, yeah, no, that's beautiful. You have a lot of them that are also like with tribal influences,
Yes,
and I read that it had to do a lot with your journey on finding alternative medicines.
yes, yes.
Tell me about that.
Yeah, I I went on a spiritual journey a couple like 2 years ago now, Dre? Yeah. All right. So like it was about 2 years ago. We started. I was really interested in. I got into it because I saw a friend had these like dots on his arm, and it was from Combo Tree Frog. Is a it's like a psychedelic, and they like burn your skin with like a
Oh,
little wooden dowel, and then they apply the medicine. It's like a little waxy paste, and then you go through all this. But I saw the dots, and I have all these tattoos, so I was interested in the dots. So I was like, what are the dots from? Like, and he explained it to me, and then I ended up meeting the medicine man that gave my administered my friend that had the dots medicine, and and I was like, and he explained to me like what he does, and he's not a shaman or anything, but he knows, he's like done the medicine so much in the jungle that he knows how to like administer it. He's sat with all of the medicine man of the jungle, and he knows how to do this. So I felt comfortable, like the way we talked, and I felt really comfortable to like give myself to this person to like allow me to experience this medicine, because it's a it's I knew it was powerful. I did LSD, and I did mushrooms, and I've done all that stuff before I wasn't interested in this shit. But so fast forward, after I met the guy, he explained to me that the combo, the tree frog, is like a precursor for ayahuasca. And so I was like, oh, like I didn't know I was coming for this party. And then he was like, well, it'll help. The frog cleans you out and allows the ayahuasca medicine to really do the positive work that it needs to do. Clean, because you're already clean. It doesn't have to do all that hard clean out, the super purging. Even though you probably purge and do all that, it won't kick your ass as much. So I felt comfortable to do it. Well, from that moment, I felt like I already had this really strong spiritual connection with just life and everything around me, and that made me feel like I wasn't crazy. So once I did that, I was like, oh yeah, this shit's real. So now I just dove like fully into that, and I did a year of plant medicine. Like every couple weeks I would go do ayahuasca, or in Puerto Rico, New York, my house in Miami or whatever, and that would be like it's like another step. It was working out this muscle that I had been working out previously, but I didn't understand like how to professionally work it out. So now I haven't done any medicine in a while. It's been like 6 months or so, and I've just been creating art with that new knowledge and with that level up. And that's I learned, I had like a really good, my prayer, like, was my lesson that I learned was accountability, and it was a really strong lesson for me, and I really needed to have it. And so I think the medicine for showing me the way, because it does it every single day.
That's amazing. I've always wanted to try it. I've always wanted to try it. And it's one of those things, it's like, where do you even start, right? And it seems completely intimidating. Is it
Yep.
like a multi-day thing, or is it a
Yeah, a real one is a real one. You should do at least for a week, but it's called a dieta. A real dieta is like a month long. But
wow?
like you'll go, if you do a real dieta, like the ones people like. So this medicine can be glorified or not glorified, monetized in some ways, and so that's kind of like the bad way of doing it. But that's how some people feel comfortable, when they're, like you see the people that go out to the jungle and they have like these retreats and all of that. That's maybe not always the best way, but it works for some people. And everybody administers the medicine different, and I've only I've only known one person to administer the medicine to me personally, but I've seen it done other ways doing it in my research and shit. So I want to go to the jungle one day, and I think that's the
Mm.
best way to like really do it, and like kind of. But I've never done it, so I wouldn't know. But the way I've done it has been amazing as well. I think it's awesome that I've learned how to do it without like being in the jungle, and I think taking what I know and bringing in like from our culture, the American culture, and then going out to the jungle and learning from like people from there and
Yeah.
sharing that knowledge that's what it's all about. So yeah.
So let me transition that, a hard transition, because
Yeah, let's do it. Skirt.
I think because that's a hard transition, like in life. All right.
Yeah.
Here's what I hear you saying here's what goes through my mind when you say that.
Mhm.
You have these spiritual journeys that you go on. You have these other life experiences that the majority of the world doesn't go through. And honestly, people that are your age probably aren't thinking about that. You know what I mean? Like they're thinking about other stuff like what we see in the NFT space today. I'm going to abruptly bring us back to the world today because I want to know how you feel about that. And like, how does one navigate both worlds today, right now in Web3? I just posted about it the other day, how people are complaining about the drama that's going on right now, right? I don't know if you've been following it, but there have been a lot of celebrities that have been coming in the past couple of weeks and coming into Web3 and NFTs, or really more on the coin side and launching shit, right? And creating just a lot of drama. And it's a cyclical thing in Web3 in which when things get hot, celebrities come or big names come, you get this thing, right? That memes start to really hit and people start to really make money. And then artists start to say, yo, 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 yo. I thought we were here about the art. That's why I titled it the way that I titled it today, right?
Okay.
Art, right?
Yeah.
Because you wrote that a long time ago. You
Oh yeah.
specifically said that. And I think that it hits hard when we talk about a week like today, a month like today, in which a lot of people are thinking about, man, everybody's here to make a quick dollar. Nobody really cares about the art. Everybody's interested in memes. Everybody's talking about the price. What about us? You know what I mean? Artists feel.
Oh. Oh shit. What happened? I fucked him. I lagged out. You paused. Is that me? Uh-oh. I don't know what happened. Oh no. We got fucking rugged. I don't know what it did. I got rugged. Oh shit. I'm just sitting here paused out. Oh, there we go. We're back.
Are we
Oh
back?
shit. I think we're back. Are we back now? Can you hear me?
Okay. Whew, okay. I can hear you. You can hear me?
Yeah. That lightning got to you.
It did. It completely zapped everything. I'm in a hot spot right now. So, all
Oh
right.
shit.
Oh my gosh. Well,
All right.
where were
All
we?
right.
Where were we? Where
Yeah,
were we? We were getting
we,
good,
we were
right?
shit. Yeah, we were doing good. We switched up gears, and then you were talking about. I forget what you was talking about though.
I was okay, I was talking about you are such a person that is spiritually in tune, thinking about
Yep.
stuff that the average NFT user, average Web3 person is not. Man, I
Yep.
had such a fuck good
Yeah, it was such a good lead up.
right?
Oh man, and your service is really bad.
Uh,
We can run it back. I'm always down to run it back. It sounds a little crazy right now. I can't even talk to you because you're like coming in and out. Yeah, and your audience probably can't hear you, so it's just me up here talking.
I know.
let's.
All
You want to
right.
wait till
All
later?
right.
We can just fucking hop back on later, or what? Do it
Are
again.
you
What you got?
available later?
Do you do it every You do it every Wednesday? You said
I do it every Wednesday. I do it every Wednesday.
so, and you usually do it at 2. I can't do it later because I have people coming by my studio, and then I'm going to be busy
Today.
for the rest of the day. So, if you do it every Wednesday, we can always run it back next Wednesday. That's totally fine with me. Unless
Okay.
you want to do it
Next
another,
Wednesday.
I'm down whatever day, whenever. But if you do it every Wednesday, I'm down for the next Wednesday.
You want to try tomorrow?
Oh, yeah, yeah. Unless your service gets better now. It's like it comes in and out. So I'm like, damn, what do we do here? um, yeah,
This is terrible. How about tomorrow? Can you do tomorrow?
yeah, yeah. I have a space tomorrow, but maybe we can
Okay.
run it. Let's see. Hold on. Let me see what my schedule is looking like right now. We'll get
Now
this
it's
figured out
perfect.
on live right now. I know, right? It's working
Lo-
now. What the fuck? All right, let's just
Now
run
it's
it. Fuck
perfect.
it.
Now
All
it's
right, let's go.
perfect.
Let's go.
Now
We'll see what
like 100
happens.
people. What the hell y'all doing? I can hear you.
All right, let's do it. Let's do it. Let's do it. All right. So
Okay.
I'm like as you were saying, I've been thinking about things that maybe not everybody else is thinking about in this space.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
I don't know if you're asking where does that come from or what, but
I want to know thoughts. You know what I mean? Like what does a person that for real has other maybe other priorities, other types of thoughts. Are we clowns, Cory? Like, is the average space here trying to, do digital art, do NFTs, do tokens, talking about price, talking about Twitter Spaces, talking about KOLs and influencers and all that kind of stuff? Like,
oh yeah, because we were talking about artists going art. Well, I mean, that's always the move. Like before NFTs, before like anything, it was the art that got me friends, got me to get out of my situations that my shitty situations I was in. And so whenever there's noise like this and I feel angry about situations or whatever, I just double, triple, quadruple down on my artwork and make art and express myself like crazy through the artwork because like well if you have such strong emotions you should be able to about something you should be able to put it and express it through your artwork. So um and for me like with right now, like all of the with the ethos in the space, I have other things. Oh man, she's gone. Well, you guys can hear it. I'll finish my thing. So with in the space right now, we have, all these meme coins and all of this nonsense being spewed out or whatever. I mean, it's nonsense for artists. Maybe if people want to make money, they want to pay attention to those things. Um, and sometimes artists, I imagine a lot of us artists need money right now because we haven't been selling art. So you may dabble into the meme coins and things. And yeah, I've dabbled, but I haven't put any serious money into any of the meme coin stuff. So when it comes to the all of the ethos of the current space, I have bigger things that I'm worried about. You know, um, I'm working on this collection. You can see this art behind me. I've been working on this collection for like a year and a half, and this is the last painting for this part of the series that I'm working on. So I'm nearing the end, and it's been like really draining. Because think about like your most like stressful moments or stressful things that you've had to deal with, or most painful things that you've had to deal with in your life, and and face those every single day as your job. That's kind of what I'm doing on the canvas. Oh man, she keeps going in and out. But that's what I've been doing on the canvas for like a year and a half. So when it comes to like meme coins and all this bullshit and not having money or whatever, the only thing at the end of the day I'm worried about is expressing myself on the canvas, because I'm dealing with my demons right now, and I'm showing you guys literally that shit on the canvas. So you know, as an artist, you try to find inspiration to create, and I got all of it. I got lots of inspiration in my life, so I'm just trying to share those like moments with you guys. I don't know if anybody's listening, but I hope somebody's listening. I'm talking to a camera right now, waiting for her to get back. If not, hope you guys heard this shit. We give a fuck about artists because we're doing shit that like she said, most people aren't thinking about every day. Um, you guys got to think about jobs and your kids and shit or whatever. But yeah, I got to think if somebody's gonna like my artwork, and then after I like worry about creating it, I have to figure out how to feed myself with it, which is crazy. I have to figure out how to feed myself with this shit. Oh man, I'm going crazy. Anyways, hope she comes back. Otherwise, I'm just sit here and talk like a crazy person. Let me go on Twitter. I just stole her live. I like this little frame around here. I just stole this shit. What's up? It's my room now. Who we want in here? Let me send the link. I'm just kidding. I'm here all by myself. Let me see what she's saying. I think we're gonna end it. We're gonna end it here. Well, if anybody saw that, good on you. It's fucking Cory Van Loon. I'm signing out.